This is a tarantula. The American tarantulas, in the northern America, I should put it that way, such as the Arizona tarantula, Phainopelma chalcoides, they are not really dangerous to humans. You can have a reaction if you're highly allergic to them, and they bite you, but it's something like a wasp sting. It doesn't poison you and kill you. The European tarantula is deadly poisonous, but not those we have in North America. Our main two poisonous spiders, and again, these are just models. These are not completely accurate, but this would be the black widow, Lactrodectus mactans. Notice that it has a red hourglass shape on its back, on its abdomen, I should say. But this does not mean to kill everything that has a red spot on its back. It needs to be more of an hourglass shape on it. These spiders are generally not going to be hanging out in places you're going to find all the other spiders, and these will be hiding, much like the brown recluse that we'll look at here in a minute. These typically are hiding in crags or cracks in rocks in a rocky area. If they're in your house, back in a wardrobe that hasn't been cleaned out for a long time, or in a cellar, basement, that type of place. And they will protect their nest, or if you bother them, they'll bite you. But they don't just seek you out and bite you. The venom from the black widow is neurotoxic, and it can cause death, and sometimes it just causes you to get very sick, but it can cause death. The other one here is Loxosceles reclusa. This is the brown spider, or brown recluse. The best way to really identify it is it has something like a violin shape collar on its back. Obviously it's not a real violin, but it's colored kind of like that here on its back. Now these can be anywhere from fairly small to fairly large. These do not get really super large like some of our wolf spiders. Wolf spiders are another spider that we have, which is the Lycosidae, named after the wolves. They won't just come after you either. They will defend themselves, however, if you bother them. They'll stand up and try to threaten you and raise their pedipalps, their two front little, they're not legs, but they're called pedipalps, in front of their mouth areas, and try to scare you off. They may even lunge at you if you're bothering them to try to warn you. Last ditch, they will bite. I picked one up here. I wouldn't recommend it, but I picked one up here about, let's say 5 years ago. I was doing a summer school program with kids, and saw some elementary school kids coming, and there was a fairly good sized wolf spider there, and I couldn't get it. Normally I would pick it up with a cup and put it outside. You have to be kind of gentle with them. You don't want to injure them by dropping them. They can die that way. But all of these spiders are important to the environment. They're very important for controlling pests and other things that we don't really need around. So you don't just want to willy-nilly kill everything. And again, like when I get back to this black widow, there's a lot of garden spiders, argiops, and orb weavers that will have bright collars on their back. But if it's not that hourglass shape red, then don't just kill it. Personally, I wouldn't just go hunting for and killing black widows or brown recluses if they're not, somewhere they're attacking you or going to kill you. Just leave them alone. We used to, someplace I used to work, we used to get some of them coming from another country where they had a lot of them in on pallets that we would get TV parts on, television parts on, and they called on us because I was working for environmental safety there to come and identify them. Of course, I'm looking here at the Arizona tarantula again. Some people have these for pets. I'm sure these would be happier. In the wild, they would need to be out in the desert southwest area, though. There's some areas down there that there's so many of these crossing the road, people have to stop and wait. If you drive over them, besides just killing something that you don't need to kill, it can cause your your tires to get a mess, and you can get slippery. The roads can get slippery, so you don't want to drive over these things. Other little spiders that get in your house are the Salticidae, the jumping spiders. If you look at them up close, you can see their little eyes, and they're kind of cool. I've known people to keep some of those in their houses for pets. The Felicidae, which is the granddaddy longlegs, these live in cellars and basements and under your house. These are also harmless to you. And Chirocanths, these are so mildly poisonous, they're a yellow sac spider, that they're not really dangerous to humans. If you disturb them, they will bite, but they're not a big deal. So I would just leave them all alone. If I find spiders in the house, and again, don't do this if it's winter or cold outside, the spider will freeze. I would just leave it alone till spring, put it out. Most of the time they're actually helping you by controlling pests in your house. And gently put it outside, put it in a cup or something like that. So I'll see you again on another episode of Supercharged Science with Mr. Cox.